Greetings, folks. Huge patch today. Of course, don't forget to claim the new free DLC from the store. Also, cut my bow tier list into pieces. New patch is my last resort. Honestly, a new video was supposed to come out like 3 days ago, but I felt a disturbance in the pores, and now I'm glad I didn't put it out. We have a bunch of new items this patch, but before we go through them, let's quickly look at the patch notes. First of all, no balance changes or nerfs. There have been some small improvement to the tooltips, which is quite useful because the tooltips in this game are not like the most trustworthy things, let's say. Toxic Dart status effect application got fixed. Challenge mode got an extra layer of sadism to please the scariest member of this community, which I have no doubt won't be enough to stop her, but anyway. We got some bug fixes, which is always good. We got a new romance option that has been added if you buy a house in Act 2. Now let's look at the items. First of all, even crazier, they are all from Act 2. First, let's look at the armor. We got two whole sets. One for archers and one for mages. Scale Song Helmet increases ranged damage by 50% of armor value, which could be good if you're planning to make a heavy bow warrior build or something like that, because we have the tools to boost armor pretty high after all. Is it worth it? Maybe. Could be fun though. Then we have the chest, which will decrease damage while we aim. It's a defensive option, so it's always good to have it as well. Then we have the gloves, which will increase damage based on enemy in radius. Another melee archer item can also be used. The legs will give you bow draw speed in heavy equipment load. I don't think I ever played an archer that was even remotely that fat, but could be. Then we have the boots, which probably works with Bloodsting. So technically you could put this one on Bloodsting and reach absolutely high amount of ranged damage. Would you use ranged damage on a two-handed build? Probably not, but here we are. Then let's look at the mage item. This is a damage over time set, dedicated completely to bleed. First of all, the hood. The hood looks amazing. The effect I don't like. Then we have the chest, which could be used in some niche setup for sure. After all, applying bleed to yourself is not that hard, to be honest. Then we have the gloves. This item I personally need to test. Could have some interesting interactions. Then we have the back item. This one is perfect for multi-projectile, so overall, depending on your build, this could be very powerful. Then we have the pants, increased bleed damage, absolutely amazing. Then we have the boots, which looks like the highest bleeding damage increase of all the set, and pretty much doesn't have any downside, so overall, amazing boots. Now let's look at the bow. Green Chapel, this is the only other source of Petrify beside the spell, which is really good. You could even play maybe a spell bow petrify build where you use this one to petrify super fast with multi-projectile and then boom, you crush it, and that could be funny. Then we have the Morrigan Wings, which will probably earn the spot for the worst bow in the game. We can have infinite mana recovery with just an Azure Lichstone. Then we have Orchard Warden. This is a melee bow, could be fun, to be honest. Then we have one of my new favorite bows, because based on a very brief testing, makes the lazy wooden arrow of Chad Archer even more powerful. Damage looks good on this one. Then we have the Whiteout, which is a buff if you like to farm the wet guys in Act 1 for the tongues, you know, just to make the chill arrows. Then finally, we have our second pure fire bow. This one doesn't apply burning, yes, but it does explosions. This is an insult to injury. Where is my poison bow questline? What? I just want a bow that applies poison. I'm not asking for too much, please. I'm on my knees begging. Give us a poison amulet. Give us a poison bow. Give us something. Another bow that will go in D tier in my next video, but regardless. Now let's look at the wands. We have our bleed wand. Based on how many stacks of bleed you can apply, this one will not give you as much as Crucible. You can apply bleed really fast depending on your setup. So this one is a very respectable wand. Kindling Palm would be good if you are a switcher. Cast spell, you go in melee and then attack. Then we have the Wicker Bride, which is a defensive wand that probably can be used on some niche setup. Pale Reflection. I am so disappointed. Why 1 minute cooldown? This item could have been amazing if it was like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and maybe if you kill an enemy, it resets. Then finally we have the Light of Corbenic, which pretty much every 6 seconds will shoot a bunch of projectiles straight to the enemy that you are fighting. From brief testing, the damage doesn't seem to be incredibly high, but you can probably increase the damage and even dual wielding, so every 6 seconds you shoot 12 projectiles. And that's it for patch 1.25. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and maybe subscribing for more gaming content. Have fun playing full of Avalon, and I will see you in the next video.